everyone. I am so glad to see you all here. As I mentioned earlier, I know like people are getting ready for winter, travels, the holidays, but we're all here together to share some fun stories. Also, I want to give a shout out to my middle school teacher who's actually here in the audience today, Mr. Charlotte. He taught me math and science and leadership for 2 years, and I'm so grateful that he could be here today. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, so here, a hot take that I have that I think most people should agree with if they don't already is that Christmas music should only be listened to after the 23rd of Thanksgiving. Like, thank you, yes. And honestly, I have a guilty confession. I was listening to Last Christmas on November 3rd because I didn't have any self-control, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't, because Thanksgiving is not the middle child of the holidays. I'm not gonna take that disrespect. I know how it feels. Thanksgiving does not deserve that. I think we should celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a good event. It teaches you so much. It's a great time to just like talk to your family. And as a person from an Indian household, I don't know much about my dad. And it's not because we're distant. Honestly, I think we're bros. We're homies. We're so close. I'm the parley to his child. If you want some, it's at the back. I'm the I to his IIT. I am his other half. Sorry, mama. But basically, like, I think we're close. But every time I'm in a car with my dad to meet him, or we're just like together one on one, there's so much ice to break before we can have a normal conversation. It's like I have to like break the ice and then get into the conversation, and then we go into colleges, and I'm like, okay, finally, a normal conversation with my dad. Like think about it. Like I found out, I only got a confirmation on what my dad did for a living in the 2020 pandemic, and that was because I was forced to live with him. And I finally, I had a couple ideas in my head. I was like, something related to IT maybe, but I finally got a confirmation in 2020. Or I found out my dad really enjoys magic through his cousin's sister's grandmother's daughter-in-law's brother. And I was like, oh, Papa likes magic. I didn't know that. So that was very fun for me. But that's why I think Thanksgiving should be celebrated. I feel like it's great. We don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving formally. We just go to Costco, get pumpkin pie from the free trial, and just have some fun there. But I think we celebrate it. And I personally love talking. I love going off on my yap sessions. Which is why I think Thanksgiving is there. It's there for people like me that just want to talk and rant on Thanksgiving table. And a story that I would like to tell is a very horror tale of my sophomore year of high school. It all started last year. I walked in a history class, and it was sixth period. And it was like the second week of school, so we were switching. And I'd like see the seating arrangement. I'm sitting next to this guy. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna make another friend. You know, I'm still in this like delusional zone that things are gonna go well, right? So I try to break the ice with him as hard as it is with my dad. And he's not vibing with me. And I was like, all right, whatever. He doesn't like me yet, you know. And then we're getting into the lecture, right? The teacher's starting to talk about like European history. We're like, okay, this is very cool. And then there's just this smell, rotten, disgusting. It smells like a sewer. It's so gross, and I just can't breathe. And you know how Tom and Jerry they show you like the green smoke, and like you see like it's literally like that. And I'm like looking around, and I look down, and this guy's shoes are off. And I'm like, oh my god, his shoes are next to my chest, and his socks are like black from the bottom, and they're white socks. I was like, this is so gross. And I sit there all year. Just every day I would sit next to him and his shoes would be off. And every day, like, I used to wear masks sophomore year and I could still smell it. I doubled up on masks. I bought so much Febreze within the last year. Like, it was so bad. And I had this conversation with like my mom. And I was like, Mama, it's so bad. I can't go to school. It's harder than AP Physics 1. I was like, I don't have the mental capacity. This guy would just stay there. And I'm not going to disclose names, so we're going to call him Justin Timberlake. A member from the audience is a huge fan, I think. Justin Timberlake would take his shoes off. He was just a schlubby white dude that just hated me. And he would cheat on my work, and we sat together for a year. So I picked up, I learned a couple of the habits he had. He would like drink this like citrus juice, and it would like dribble down on his shirt, and I would just look at him and want to cry. And then it was so bad because he would be wearing a mask and his hands would go in his mask and they were either where everyone was not okay, and that man had the audacity to ask me every day for a pencil in class. I had to bring an extra set of Ticonderogas for him so that he wouldn't return them because I did not know where his stamps were. It was so gross and so irritating, and that's just how my whole school year went. It was so hard. I would like weep every day before class. I had calculus before. I was more stressed about my history class than my calculus.
Oh man.
It was so bad. But after all of that, I realized like Justin Timberlake. It gave me a voice when I thought I didn't have one. I got a chance to storytell and rant about him to so many people. And I had a great excuse of buying perfumes and Febreze. So thank you, Mom and Papa, for that. But yeah, so I think even in like our times where it might be dark or we may not see any light, where there's green smoke and it smells disgusting and you can't breathe, there's always ways to be thankful for the people around you and the things you have. And just looking back, I think I would like to thank Justin Timberlake for making me just out there a little more and have the opportunity to tell you guys the story. So yeah, it's great. Also, last week I learned my dad's favorite color is brown because of the university.